Hello. Oh no. Are you
I
COVID?
got
What's
the
happening?
no, I didn't have COVID. I
Oh
actually,
no.
I am unwell though. I have the flu.
Oh
So
no.
yeah, you can get rat tests now to check if you got the flu or COVID, and both types of flu, A and B.
What have you got?
A,
Okay.
but at least it's not COVID.
Is 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 flu A not as bad as COVID or it's
Uh well, last night when I was freezing my tits off, shivering from
oh no.
fever, it wasn't great, but
That sounds
you
worse
know,
than COVID.
yeah, yeah. No, it's I'm all right. I'm on the mend now, so just fill me up with drugs and I'm fine. So
Just standard week then. Standard
yeah,
Thursday night.
yeah, just drop it. What am I doing? Getting on the pingers. It's Tuesday. So that means I won't be having a beer because I'm gonna try and get myself on the mend for the weekend because I got a few things on this weekend. So you're
Nice.
drinking the beer. What do you
100%.
got?
Yeah, I've got the
Oh, the grape based beer.
mhm.
Fuck's sake.
That's the that's in the Gabs 100 somewhere. I can't exactly remember the number and I can't exactly remember the brewery, but it's a light
The
sessionable.
Gabs
It's a Cerveza, I think, actually.
the Gabs hottest 100 wines.
Yeah.
What's been
Um,
going on, mate?
I've got some news.
Yeah, go on.
My news is you were looking at the Gold Coast's most recent forklift graduate. Thank
Yay!
you.
Good
Thank you.
on ya.
That's my
Finally.
news. Yeah.
I'm surprised that you actually got away with, owning and operating a brewery for so many years and not having your forklift ticket.
Never drove one.
Yeah.
Never wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was
That's
always people
impressive.
around who did.
But that in and of itself is quite impressive.
Yeah, it's a shame because it's quite enjoyable. I like go to sleep at
I
night
love
dreaming about
driving a
forklifts.
forklift.
It's
I
so good.
love driving a forklift. It's
So
so
satisfying.
good.
It's just like real
Oh,
life
absolutely.
Tetris.
It's 3D Tetris. It's
Yeah,
great.
it's the best. Are you
There's
having a beer even though
t-shirts
you just
and
said you were not having a beer? What's happening right now?
no, I'm cleaning my glasses.
Okay.
I can sniff the ethanol in my glasses what
Oh,
it'll
okay.
do
Yeah.
for alcohol this evening. Yeah, good on you, mate. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good. It's good having your forklift ticket.
the, my experience with getting licenses for things is a little bit different to other people's. Every single time I've done it, no matter what the license was for, it's been so stupidly easy that I would just question whether the whole system is completely corrupt. And that's no
Uh,
different after getting my forklift license
Forklift
this
tickets, yeah,
morning.
it's the old tick and flick, mate.
Oh my God. I literally sat and I probably shouldn't say this because I mean, no one knows where I got it from, but I
Hmm.
sat in front of the guy because I didn't understand they had to do the theory thing live. I thought I'd done it all in the workbook, which was done like a
Yep,
months ago.
yep.
And then he's like, "Oh, here's your test," and he gives me this 61-page questionnaire. And I get to question one, and I was like, "What's a hazard?" And I
Oh
was like,
dear.
I
Fuck.
need like a second to understand the question, and understand like what answer they're looking for. I know what a fucking hazard is, but and it's like the second I started thinking about it, he's like, tells me the answer. And I was like, all right, dude, I got the next one. What's a risk? And then he's telling me the answer, and then I get to like, how close do you have to be? How far away do you have to be from power lines? And then there's three different voltage levels, and you have to know the distance from the power lines. And he's like 3, 6, and 8. And I was like, okay, three. And it's like meters. And I'm like, yep, 3 meters, 6 meters. Like it was honestly, he
Wow.
told me the answer to every fucking question. And then after like everyday forklifting, like 1 ton pallets around the warehouse,
Hmm.
he asked me to get an empty pallet and then take it off the shelf, put it down, put it back in there, which I didn't do very well. And then he's like, yeah, no, you're good. You got this. And he fucking left.
Does take a bit of practice though.
Oh my God.
You're never going to be that great when you're like doing your course and that sort of thing, but like but just with practice you get good at driving a forklift. So
Oh yeah, I've got no problem. I'm sure I'll be very safe. I'm very safety conscious, and I'm terrified of the forklift, which
yes,
everyone should be. But far out, it was a very loose very loose procedure.
Did you watch the Klaus videos on YouTube?
No, I think we
So
wait. We watched. Did we watch one on this? We might have watched one on this.
it was Klaus. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like an old fucking, I think it's from the 70s or something like that. And it's just like Klaus just bloody poking, punching through people with the tines of the forklift, and it's in German, so it's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, they did a good job of scaring the shit out of us to a point where I was
Yeah.
like, I wanted to be good. Every opportunity for forklifting something at work, like my name gets called and I go out and do it.
Yeah, good.
But yeah, that's it. What about you? You've been. It's been a long time since we've done this podcast. It feels like a fucking lifetime ago.
Yeah, I have been gallivanting, and yeah, it was a good trip. The last trip,
I think there was 2 trips, wasn't there? Was there 2?
what's that? No,
Oh,
just
it's
went to
2.
Toronto and
Two.
Miami.
Oh, okay, all right. 2 completely different locations of one trip.
Yeah,
Right.
on the one trip. So yeah, Toronto was excellent. Had such a good time there. The beer scene's really good in Toronto. It's like the standard of all the breweries is really good. Obviously, the first brewery that I went to was Henderson Brewing Company.
Yeah, I saw you'd started a brewery. That was a
I got
surprise.
I got the t-shirt and everything. I didn't get it for fucking free though, but I consider that's so much for family. And that was a lot of fun. And it was cold. It was very cold.
I heard about this.
As in, I got on the plane on the Tuesday, and it was 35 degrees in Brisbane. Got off the plane in Toronto, it was minus 15.
It's crazy.
And I was not ready for that at all.
Yeah.
And so basically just like wheeling my suitcase down the street from the train station in Toronto down to my hotel, maybe like 500 meters or something like that. My hands were frozen. The wheels of my suitcase were frozen. It was cold. It wasn't snowing, but it was like flusters or blusters or whatever they call it. And so luckily I had my beanie, but you can't call it a beanie in Canada. It's called a toque.
Toque.
A toque.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So I had my toque on, which is good. And a jumper, and a jacket, and it was still cold. And so eventually, Kyle was a guy that I caught up with over there. So we met through the Crappy Professionals Facebook group during COVID, and had never met in person. And I just said, I've got a few days to kill. I'll call into Toronto. He goes, yeah, no worries. And he got me some gloves and a neck snood and all that sort of thing, and lay it up, and I was fine after that. So it was all good. But it was really difficult, because like I knew I needed warm clothes, but I didn't. There's just nowhere to buy warm clothes in the middle of summer in Brisbane.
No.
So I went and bought a hoodie, and that's all I could buy.
Oh no.
And that was it. That's all I had. But layers, it was fine. So I had the jacket, had my hoodie, had jeans, had some tracky pants under the jeans, and that was good enough. And my work boots and stuff like that, and that was good enough.
Nice. It's been so hot here. I don't know. No matter how cold it was, I feel like it would be better.
It's humid. I got back and it's just like, what is it, 90 or 95% humidity? It's been terrible.
It's crazy.
But yeah, Toronto is a great city. I went up the CN Tower. That was huge. Did you see that story that I posted walking over the glass floor?
Yeah, fuck that.
Like 300 meters up.
I couldn't.
I filmed that pointing down, but I was not looking down.
Oh, you didn't look? No, I wouldn't either. That's
fuck that. Fuck that. And there's like a chick who worked there. She was just standing there. She goes, I said, how'd you do it? How do you do it? She goes, oh, I know that the floor can take like 33 tons. It's fine. I'm like, yeah, but seriously, fuck that. And she's like, yeah, right.
I don't see that.
And ate plenty of poutine, which was really good.
Okay.
Yep. And my favorite brewery, I would say, would have been Godspeed, which was excellent. It's really interesting. The service is part of, like, you get brew pubs here and they're all doing the fucking same style of beer, and there's no point of differentiation between them for the most part. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But all the breweries in Toronto they're all doing something different, right?
Interesting.
And they're differentiating themselves from each other. And so Godspeed, I missed this by a day, but Godspeed did had this smoked beer festival on.
That's
And
fun.
so basically Godspeed do like lots of European style beers. That's their focus. They don't do any IPAs or anything like that. It's just all European style beers, you know.
Mm.
They've got 4 Luca taps and like the side pour taps, and they had a smoke beer festival. So basically they made a couple of smoke beers, and then what they did is they did like that you'd get their regular pilsner, and then they'd use the Luca tap and top up the foam with one of the smoke beers, so they'd actually turn their pilsner into a smoked pilsner.
Interesting. Okay.
And just little, and so the events were really revolved around service. And another thing that Godspeed does is during Oktoberfest, instead of doing like Helles and Fest beers and Steins and all that sort of stuff, they do Kolsch service.
What does that mean?
So Kolsch service, which has got nothing to do with Oktoberfest at all, but or Bavaria, but basically how that works is you you get the little tubular 350 ml glasses, 350 ml tubular glasses, and you have waiters walk around with glasses of Kolsch. And if your glass is empty, they'll just change the glass out and put a little mark on your coaster, and you pay at the end,
Interesting.
right? And when you're done, or you don't want a beer, you put your coaster on the glass. That tells the wait staff that you don't want another beer.
Wow, that's a terrifying prospect.
I, yeah, yeah. I,
I mean,
I'm
it would
okay
be
with.
illegal in Australia, wouldn't it? Or
No, not necessarily. You're still ordering the beer and that sort of thing. Still
I
responsible service
suppose.
of alcohol. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's not.
suppose. I suppose.
You're not plastering it down people's throats. You're not giving a beer away for free or anything like that. It's just different
Yeah,
style of service. And that was really interesting. And I went, wow, that's what a great concept of just
that's
having
called
a
Kolsch service.
Kolsch service, yeah, which is how they serve beer in Cologne.
Mm.
And so that I thought was really interesting. So a lot of the events that were happening were not necessarily about the beer, but more so about the service of the beer,
Mm.
which I thought
Yeah.
was really cool.
Mm.
Yeah, so that was pretty good. And hanging out with Kyle, we went over to what was the name of that brewery that I went to? It was I'm just putting the phone here. It was uh
You know, I don't edit this podcast, so there's going to be a lot of
yeah,
blank noise here.
I'm just lost, that's all. Um
You
I
find this
was
brewery is the opposite of Godspeed.
no. What was it called? Oh fuck, I can't remember what the fucking thing's called. Just trying to find the bloody thing.
Right.
Clifford Brewing, that was the one.
Okay.
And they actually were doing mostly English styles of beer. And that place was fantastic. Went there on the way out to Niagara Falls. Kyle took us out to the College of Niagara Lake Brewing School because he's a teacher, a brewing teacher, at technical college like me,
Mm.
right? And that teacher, that the brewery they've got for the students there, oh my god! You think the brew lab? You know, I used to be like, yeah, the brew lab's amazing. It's one of the best teaching breweries in Australia, but fuck, the one that they had there was phenomenal. Like every student gets a 500 liter tank, and it takes
Jeez.
18 months to do the course, 18 months full time to do the
Wow.
course, and just phenomenal. Just a great bunch of people, and yeah, that was pretty good. Saw Niagara Falls, so ticked that off the old bucket list
Nice.
on the from the Canadian side. That was excellent.
The fucking
Um,
waterfall in the Gold Coast is probably more impressive than Niagara Falls when you were there.
nah, it was snowing. It was good. There was snowing. There was no one there. It was great because there was just fucking no one there. It
Mm.
was awesome. And it was cold and it was snowing that day, but it was fine. We just drove out there, drove back. It was all good. And yeah, just had a bloody generally good time in Toronto, and then went down to Miami.
So that was
Where
for
thank
the conference?
the Beer 30 Summit, yeah.
Yeah.
And so thank fuck the weather was a little bit warmer in Miami. It was like 20, 25 degrees. So that was pretty nice.
That's like Gold Coast winter,
It was
Miami?
Gold Coast winter weather. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Excuse me. Hung out with all the Beer 30 team.
Took a few
Got
selfies, I
to
noticed. I didn't count them, but there was a lot.
no, I didn't count either, but I took more than what I posted, that's for sure.
There
Um,
was a running vote going in the group about how many selfies you would take, but I couldn't
yeah,
count.
no
I
one
mean, after
counted.
one day, it was 50 plus, I
Yeah, that
think.
was done. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Um, but Miami's a really cool city and that sort of thing. It's really interesting though, right? It's like um, it sounds really funny, but like um like weed's legal in Canada, right? And and it's not in Florida, right? Because it's obviously a different country, that sort of thing.
Mm.
But everywhere because we were staying in Wynwood, which is right like the arts district and that sort of thing. Like it's basically where you go out and like the valley sort of thing.
Yeah.
And there's weed shops everywhere. And it's like, well, hang on, weed's not legal here. What's
Oh,
going
it's like
on? I didn't.
the medicinal type situation.
No, no, not at all. It's
No.
totally. It's not legal at all. So
Oh.
it's weird. It was weird. So anyway,
Like
which
vapes
I
aren't
thought was
legal in Australia, and everyone's vaping everywhere.
everyone's got one. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So
Yeah.
which I thought was very strange. And it was really good. It was Miami was really good. That was really sort of focused on business and just connecting with the Beer 30 crew, which is good because I've never, but for PK and Ryan, never met any of the crew in person. So
Mm. And
it
is
was
it
good.
customers
Good.
as well, or it's like what's the?
No, just staff. So
Oh, okay.
the
Right.
fifth ingredient's like a fully remote workforce,
Yeah.
right? And they've got staff all over the world, and they get together once a year,
Oh, that's cool.
and that was awesome. So it was really good to be there and enjoyed all the team building exercises and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, had a good time. Long flight back. Oh my god, it was like
Mm.
30 hours door to
Oh
door.
my God.
I find that fascinating. I actually set a stopwatch. I actually set a stopwatch when I do long haul flights, when I leave the door to work out how long it takes me to get door to door. And I find it fascinating that I can leave my house and get on, 3 or 4 different modes of transportation, just to get to Toronto was like Uber to the airport, plane, train, walk, and I can go from one address to the other to another address anywhere in the world. And I did that in 24 and a half hours.
That's a
I
long
think it's
fucking
so,
time,
I know it sounds weird, but I just find that just so, I can go anywhere I want in the world from this address to this address
Mm.
and I can navigate it,
You have to be
so
patient to travel. I don't have the patience for that. That's too long,
yeah,
too much amount of time.
I tell you what was long was the flight back. So it was like 6.5, 7 hours from Miami to Vancouver. And then it was
God,
15 and a half Vancouver to Brisbane.
Jesus.
And that was long.
Take any of
That
your
flight.
flu meds on that trip, or?
I sleep pretty well on the plane. I've got one of those
Oh
horseshoe
wow.
pillows. Do you know, like you see people get those horseshoe pillows on the plane and that sort of thing? You've seen
Yeah, I've
them?
got one. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But do you know most people don't know how to fucking use them?
I saw this on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yes, apparently you're supposed to put it on the front of your body
Yeah,
instead of
that's
the
right.
back.
Yeah, you don't have it around the back. You have put it around the
Mm.
front, and it stops you
Okay,
from nodding off like that. And
I'll try that.
that's what you need
It's
to
not going to
try
be
it. They're
enough.
amazing. It's been the best thing that I bought last year was the horseshoe pillow because for long haul, man, I've never slept so well on a long haul flight than I have
Wow.
with the horseshoe pillow. It's
You'd be
phenomenal.
in first class with a full bed though, wouldn't you? Rockstar lifestyle, or
Not there yet.
not quite?
I've got plenty of get plenty of points though. So
Yeah, you got
I
all the
might.
points.
I think I'm at the point where I'll actually use my points to upgrade to business
Hell yeah.
class and stuff like that. So that'd be pretty cool. But it was a good
Nice.
trip, and it's good to be back. And I don't have anything now until April, and So I'm just looking forward to just to being in town for a little while until I go to
Nice.
Korea in April. So yeah.
You got some Taki more goals to hit as well, so you gotta
Oh, I
knuckle
hit my
down.
goals. I hit them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just in a month yesterday and hit my goals. So very
Very
happy.
good.
Yep. So
Good on you.
I've got my reward all sorted out.
Okay.
Well, I haven't sorted it out, but I know what the reward is. So yeah.
Can you share what the reward is?
Oh, it's pretty simple. It's a
Okay.
steak dinner with some friends.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, all
I
right.
find it really hard to do those. What? Go. What do you
We
got?
got a bit of news to get it. Well, actually, before the news, we got an over/under update, and I really don't want to do this, but we agreed to this a long time ago that we would do this
Radio?
over/under thing where we bet on key events,
Yes.
and I was doing quite well. I was sitting at 8, and it's the first to 12. Windsor, Kruger, Dixon accounts, Flano. You're at 6.5, so I was sitting pretty comfortable, 2.5 points ahead of you, right before the hottest
Yes.
100.
Radio.
But the hottest 100 was on the weekend.
That's
And
right.
our last episode, we had 3 bets on.
All right. Which
And
was?
I'm about to read the results out. So, bet number 1 was Pacquiao to stay in the top 5, and that was your over under. And I said yes.
And you said yes, and I said no. Did I say no?
Correct. Well,
It didn't even get
well, no, you
didn't
didn't
even
get a
get
choice. I said I would
stays
choose
in
yes.
top
If I'm
5.
wrong, you get the point. So
It didn't even get in the top 10, did it? Didn't it?
yeah, I think it was number 8.
Yeah. Okay.
So that takes you from 6.5 to 7.5
Beautiful.
against 8, which is solid. And then I did pick a winner. I picked Bolter XPA. You
Yes.
picked Mountain Culture Status Quo.
Oh, I got that.
You sure did.
Yeah. That's another point for me. I've
That's
caught
another
up.
point for you. So
Oh,
that
shit,
takes you
eh?
to 8.5 against 8. You've overtaken me.
Wow. All right. I'm loving this.
Right? Now the final bet was better be over or under 6. You said that to me. You said over under 6. And I said, well, no, sorry, I said it to you, and you said worse than 6.
Yes.
And you were smart enough to realize that they were not promoting it and they didn't care about it. And I think it came in at like 25th or some shit like that.
Yep. Yep.
So that means that's
I got
another
3 out of
point
3.
for you. You got 3 out of
Fuck
3.
yeah. Woohoo.
You absolutely
I'm
destroyed me.
number 1. I'm
So
number 1.
So you're sitting at 9.5 out of 12, and I'm at 8. You're absolutely smoking me.
Wow. Wow. How the turntables.
I know. All right. Got that out of the way.
Oh, I'm stoked about that. That's made
All
my
right.
day.
Adam Beer launch. I didn't
Yeah,
go.
how was it? Yeah, I know.
And
I was going to say.
Adam Shell wrote a very aggressive message in the group about my non-appearance, but it is what it is.
Yes. Weren't you supposed to be there?
Well, I was planning on going. I was planning
Yes.
on going, but
What happened?
yeah. Well, I had all the kids. They don't wake up till about midday. We had something on at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I could have gone. I could have gone for like half an hour and then come home. 3-hour return trip, and I just didn't. It was too fucking hard. So I suck. But
I'll have to try it at my
it's
birthday
what
party
happens.
then.
Yeah, no, the birthday party I'll be at. That's
Yeah.
Well,
I'm sure it'll be on at the birthday party too.
Kid-free weekend. But
Beautiful.
it happened, and it happened on the hottest 100 day, and Hiker actually came in at I think 52 in the list, which is pretty fucking amazing to make the hottest 100 list in their basically their first attempt
with Cloudscapes. Holy shit! Yes. Oh my god, that was just mind blowing. I was actually, I actually read the hottest 100 when I got off the plane in Miami, and I was waiting in Vancouver, and I went through the hottest 100. And I was stoked to see Cloudscapes get in at 52 and stoked to see, I don't remember the number, but Helios Dionysus getting in the hottest 100 as well.
That was in there. It was fairly high up, I think.
It was, in the 70s or something like that. But yes, Cloudscapes, fantastic effort for Dan and Phil.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Yeah,
and I think they've done an amazing job. And yep, they've crushed it.
agreed. And nothing surprised you about the list. And I mean, you picked the winner. I did not. I picked Bolter XPA. You know, we were both close, but you won and I did not.
You know what? I think the other thing we spoke about with the hottest 100 is seeing the Gabs People's Choice beer in the hottest 100. I don't think we saw it there, which is the
That's a
Aether
good.
Biscoff thingamajiggy.
Oh wow.
Because I said
Oh,
normally
that's
it
a good
comes in at
point. It's
around
not in there.
12.
Interesting.
And
Oh, you picked it to come in 12th. It wasn't even in the 100.
correct. Yeah.
Currumbin weren't in the 100 either. Currumbin Valley weren't in the 100 with anyone.
No.
Interesting. I mean, that makes you realize how much. I mean, for years we wanted to get into this list, and it's not an easy list to get into. Like, it makes you realize
No.
how much of an achievement
No.
that is for Heiko to get in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a fucking hard. Like, look at every brand above where they're at. They're big brands. It's all
I think the
Bolter,
real
James Squire, Your Mates, Gage
yeah.
Roads, Little Bang, Hop Nation. They're all the ones
Yeah.
above Heiko. Like, there's no small breweries.
Yeah, it's interesting. Larry keeps creeping up, which is good.
True. You normally pick that to win. You didn't this year, but it's there.
Yeah, it's getting there. It'll get there. I think it'll get a number one in a couple of years or something like that. Interesting to see Coopers beat Stone and Wood. That's not going to go down well.
That is interesting, isn't it?
Oh, those two beers are so like up against each other, like calling themselves "We're the original." No, we're the original. And
Oh, that's both are correct.
well, that's true. Yeah. Um, what is it? Original and forever original.
Well, they're different
Um,
beers, aren't they?
yeah, they are very much so. Um, but no Gabs People's Choice beer in the hottest 100 this year, which I thought was very interesting.
Pirate Life
Good to,
South Coast got to into number 10, which is kind of interesting too, because they kind of dropped off, didn't they, when they sold and then
yeah,
been clawing their way back. It's a pretty good, easy drinking beer. It's cheap. You can get it everywhere.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very interesting. Good to see Range Disco up there, number 16, which is really, really good. Ten Toes still performing well and all that sort of stuff. So,
I'll say this: that Mountain Culture beer is a fucking good beer. Like if I was to, because I bought actually was gonna have some tonight, but I bought a 4-pack and I drank 2 of them this afternoon, and so there was none
yeah,
left. I was
no.
planning on drinking one in celebration.
Well, I might see if I can get my hands on it.
Yeah, I mean, the first 4-pack I bought during the week had the Gabs voting plastered all over it, and the second 4-pack had "We won Gabs last year," and then apparently there's one coming up, and this is the can itself. There's one coming up that says "We've won Gabs 2 years in a row." So the whole
Yeah,
can has been
right.
reprinted at least 3 times this year,
Shit,
all based around the winning of the Gabs.
that sounds expensive.
It's a serious effort. There's a good thread
Yeah.
in our Facebook group, which you could get to by going facebook.com/groups/Boston the Brewer
Boston the
about
Brewer.
can printing.
Don't forget to answer the question wrong when you go to join.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of new members coming through, do we? We need.
No, I let the odd one
some
in.
members. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's a fucking great beer.
Facebook.com. I'm just going to repeat that. Facebook.com/groups/Boston the Brewer.
That's it.
Or you can just search for Boston the Brewer and you'll find the group and come and join the conversation with all 12 of us.
Yeah, and Elon, chill. You know who's in the group? Jet Rigetti, who recently had a Crafty Pine article written about him.
Yes, and he wrote a paper.
And he mentioned the pod. Did you read that?
Yes.
Solid.
So funny.
Love
Oh, it's so funny. Yeah, I actually just Facebook friend him this week, that sort of thing, and he mentioned that. I said, yeah, I saw that, mate. Well done.
Nice.
And
Former
so,
student of yours, right?
Yes, he's a taste student. I actually never had a class with him, so I was never his teacher. So he was with Stu and Kate, because I would teach the part-time cohort and that sort of thing. And but he was there when we did the Adam Beer Brew Day, and
he's our official representative at every one of
Yeah.
our meetups because he actually
Yeah.
turns up to them and we don't.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we can either shave his head and turn him into mini me, and
Possibly,
See
give him
what
a
happens.
cowboy hat. Maybe.
Yeah. That's the way.
The old, but I think it's a pretty good list, isn't it? And I think if I look at that list of beers, they're all very good beers for starters, and the independents are pretty well represented in there. Compared to the average. You go to the average bottle shop or bar.
Mm.
You got Bridge Road. You got you mates. There's a typo, Crafty Pint. What are you doing, mate?
Well,
Get onto that, you mates.
you mates.
Bent Spoke, Mountain Culture #1, Young Henry's. That's like half of the top 10. And that Mountain Culture beer is a fucking great beer. It is probably like if I was to think of that top 10, the beers I would like to drink the most, that would be the best of the bunch, I would say. Would you agree with that?
I've never had it,
Okay.
but
Well,
I'll nip down the bottle shop at the end of the street and see if I can't get it.
yeah, get it fresh for next week and we'll see see what you think.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Mighty Craft results.
Here we go.
More of the same, really. Basically, so this end of Q2 FY24, which is the end of December quarter last year,
Yep.
their Better Beer is making money. I put a screenshot in the group of one slide out of here where it had all of their offerings and the percentage growth, and every single one was in negative, and Better Beer was up by 30 or 50% or something. And I mean, like
Spirits is dying.
Like I said almost a year ago, I think in the podcast, it looks to me like they're kind of just liquidating the business and they're just waiting for someone to buy the Better Beer shares at a decent amount of money.
Well, if they run out of cash, then the only asset that's got really any value, I mean, there are other assets and that sort of thing, but is really Better Beer.
Yeah, and they specifically mention here, they specifically say something like, we've had lots of offers for our stake in Better Beer. I can't remember exactly where it is in here. And they basically just said, we will accept an offer when we think it represents the right amount of value for the stake. So it looks like they're trying to sell that as well. They're selling everything.
I don't know how that works.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
ABAC quarterly report. Fizz have fucking taken the piss again, as usual.
What have they done?
Well, I mean, it says in here that the message on the website diminishes the harmful effects of alcohol and says no harmful side effects, and suggests the product will lift the mood of a party, which it will, of course. We know that alcohol does that, but you can't say that. And it says specific things like our mornings, let's say, enjoying our mornings as much as our nights, and a fresh little number that's easy on tomorrow, stuff like that. And they said this is a breach and Fizz have amended the website. But when I went to the website this afternoon, it still says the words, we're a crew from the coast who enjoy our mornings as much as our nights. You're chasing a little fresh number that's easy on tomorrow.
I don't get it.
That's what the website still says.
Yeah, I'm sure it says that. But
according to ABAC, they've fixed the website and everything's fine.
What else got there? Hard Solo.
In summary, ABAC's a joke.
Well,
this Hard Solo is the same one, I think.
Yeah. Do you know what I saw? I was at the regatta last Sunday.
Hard rated on tap.
Hard rated. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I took a photo and everything.
Decals are easier to replace than cans.
Yeah, exactly. So it looks exactly the same. It's just like it says rated.
Yep. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff in here if you want to have a look at it. There's a Hopman type character that is not appropriate. There's Tradie who didn't restrict their content on Instagram. There's a good one from First Choice where they put a photo from like iStock photo of someone who was 15 holding a bottle of vinegar, and they didn't realize that they were using this to market alcohol.
Oh God.
And they just said, sorry, that was a stock photo. So yeah, there's some fun stuff in there. BostonTheBrewer.com. Go have a click and see what you think. It.
So what was it? Sorry, what was that one with the stock photo?
So there's a picture of a chick who looks like she's like 15. She's looking at a bottle of alcohol, which she's not.
It's a bottle of vinegar.
Vinegar or something.
Of olive oil.
Olive oil, maybe, yeah.
Oh dear. Fuck's sake.
But
Oh,
there's one in here of the funnest one in here, Jack
yeah.
Daniels.
What?
Jack
No.
Daniels is in here. Have a search that.
You can't ABAC complaint Jack Daniels.
Or someone did. Someone's been listening to the pod and they're targeting you directly.
I feel attacked. There's Jim Beam.
No, there's Jack. You can search it. Find the Jack Daniels one. It's actually pretty funny.
Jack Daniels complaint regarding content. A television advertisement suggests that alcohol provides courage and encourages alcoholism. The panel believes the most probable understanding of the ad is the product being associated with the main character seizing the moment, but that the use of the product is not a cause of success of the man. In reaching this conclusion, the panel noted while the product is placed at the scene is not depicted as being consumed. Is there karaoke? I complain about karaoke. Oh God, this is crazy. While it is also not unusual to associate alcohol use, Dutch courage, with such a scenario, noted no alcohol consumption by the main character is shown or reasonably implied. Oh, so was that upheld?
Yeah. No, they're saying this is fine.
Yeah. So it's dismissed.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Well, he's not actually drinking when he's doing his karaoke.
No.
And I reckon that was smart play by Jack Daniels. Because you know why? Because smart people drink Jack Daniels.
Wow. All right. Yeah. It's interesting. These guys have a tough job on their head. There's another one further down, Bilson's, where they've got like a display of like a little house.
Yeah.
Which all of the Bilson stuff, which used to be all like super sugary and
yes.
child looking, but they've wound it back a little bit. And it kind of looks like a bit of a dollhouse. And the ABAC crew have decided, no, it just kind of looks like a house. It's fine.
Yes.
But it makes you realize that they've got a pretty tough job. They have to kind of sit and look at this stuff and decide, like, is this something that appeals to kids or not? And
it's not always about appealing to kids, but it's like you've got to have some reasonable community standards kind of approach sort of thing. So, it doesn't look like a doll's house. It just looks like a little house where they put some of the product in it. As simple as that. Where's he gone? He's chasing his dog.
Elon's out the front barking at people. So
what's wrong with your dog? Oh, yeah, well, just let him out and go chase the people.
Nah, he's just annoying. He
thinks he's
protecting
Breathe the Elon.
He doesn't protect anything. He's incapable.
You take Elon to work?
I haven't yet. I'm keen to. I got to give him a bit of a wash. He's extremely stinky.
As long as I've known that dog, it has stunk.
Yeah. I don't like washing
him.
He doesn't like it.
It's a smelly dog. Just wash your damn dog. Or pay someone to do it.
I'll see. Maybe. It's possible.
What about go to the fucking car wash? They got the doggy washers there and shit.
How's that work?
It's like a big bath with a high pressure hose, and just throw the dog in the bath and high pressure hose. That's okay. He doesn't have to like it. You'd like it because you don't have to, because he'll smell better.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, maybe I will do that.
It's humane.
Hang on. Okay, Queensland Beer Awards closing tomorrow. That's just a quick one.
Yes.
And then, you got anything to say about that other than submit, send it?
Yeah. If you haven't entered, enter. It's only $88 to enter, with some of the best judges in the country. And like full disclosure, I'm on the advisory committee for the competition. And it's good. It's a good competition. You'll get some good feedback. If you want to go and enter the AIBAs in May, then you will basically get your judge feedback, be able to rebrew. It's only $80, whereas like the AIBAs is like $300 per entry. So definitely give it a go.
On that topic, is Hiker entering the Atom beer, or did that go anywhere? Probably not.
I did speak to them today about that. I was actually supposed to go out there today to sort out awards and all that sort of stuff, but I wasn't well. So I do believe that is on the cards. We did speak about that today.
That would be fun if that happens. Now you've added your own little item to this news list, which you don't
Yeah.
normally do.
No, I just got this one late in the game. I don't know how to share. I can link. How do I do that? Share it.
Well, whatever you do, don't add any more silence to our fucking audio file because I'm not deleting it out.
Yeah. Hey, it looks like you don't have WhatsApp or use WhatsApp web. Okay, here we go.
It's happening right now.
I'm just trying to get this thing. I don't know where to put it. God damn
Are you
it.
screen sharing? What are you doing?
I can screen share actually.
Like you do have COVID, don't you?
It's not COVID. It's not a
It is
tumor.
COVID. I think it is a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
You're
I
losing
sound
your
like shit though.
I'll edit that
Here we
out,
go.
don't worry.
So here we go.
Pickled
All right,
Monkey
so
Brewing.
yes.
Okay.
And there's a post here from the 27th of January,
All
and
right.
it basically says that the brewery's been delayed, which happens, fabrication and all that sort of
Always.
stuff. There would be, and because the brewery, I would imagine that because the brewery stainless steel needs to go in place, that there's some construction that can't take place till the brewery arrives, which is fine. But then the interesting thing is they've reopened the crowdfunding.
Interesting. Oh, it will also give us some time to reopen the crowdfunders. I know a lot of people missed out as it was open for only 12 days. Double space, a lot of double spacing after a full stop in this post.
That's what you're supposed to do.
No, you're not. The modern word processors solve this problem. That's what you do when you're on a typewriter when you're 90 years old.
That's how I learned. I'm not 90.
You are 90. We
I'm
did get our
49.
minimum dollars. That was on offer, but we still have a large amount of shares available. Interesting. Keep an eye on socials. Yeah, the process that on market or was it on market or the
Yeah.
on market used for the crowdfunding is very, very different to the virtual process. So I mean, generally with an investment round, it doesn't go the way virtual does it. It kind of stays open. I mean, the better
Yeah.
be an investment round is not closed; it's still open. They still talk about that being something that's open.
Okay.
They were trying to raise money. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still
that's
open.
still no news on that. That was mentioned in Minecraft results. The round is still open. Mountain Culture mentioned a few months ago that they were trying to do a big investment raise, and there's been no news on that. So this is what
Yeah.
happens when you raise money. That they don't just all close in 5 minutes like virtual campaigns do. So
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Interesting.
There you go.
Just the nature of the beast, I think.
Yeah. All right. Do some Hendo reacts. I've been saving these up for a while because you haven't been on
Okay.
the pod, and I was going to do them in previous weeks, but they just wouldn't have been the same. So
Oh, before we dive into the Hendo reacts, I listened to the episode with you and Adam Shell.
oh no, did you watch our critique of your TikTok?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. And I
that-
wanted to discuss that with
okay,
you.
I was going to ask
So-
you about that.
So that was not actually intentional as my first TikTok post. So I batch up a lot of the content, and then I have an app which basically schedules the release of all of the content across all of the platforms, which is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
No,
Right?
TikTok. Yeah.
And so basically I have a calendar set up with certain types of content go out on certain days. Just so happened that I turned on TikTok right at the point where I go and was a called a hand raising post.
Right.
So
Right.
that's what you saw. That was not intentional. That's not the nature. I know that TikTok's not like that, but that was not. That was just like no. Just that was
So
just
that was hard
by
to listen
accident.
to then when we were watching on
Yeah,
TikTok
well, I'm
judging
just-
you.
Well, the person sitting next to me on the plane was like, probably listening to a guy with headphones on, fucking muttering himself, going, "Fuck's sake."
All right, why don't we recap on how you're going on TikTok? I haven't checked it out. Let me see.
I
So
haven't
you-
checked it out.
Well, you hang on. So is it Rockstar Brewer?
Yeah.
All right,
I
let me
might
see.
go.
Oh, here we go. We've got 44 followers. Oh, not bad. Sid. Look, you're getting some traction already. You got 300 views per video.
Okay, good.
That's not too bad.
How do I know this?
44 followers, but this is all. I mean, these are all Boston the Brewer listeners, but that's fine. You gotta start. Oh, here's some guy taking a piss in the shower. That's
How do I
weird.
even do? What am I looking at?
ADH Della. Okay.
Oh, okay. I've got lots of
Adventures in
videos
Beer.
up now.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got like 300 odd views and everything.
Yeah, yeah. It's going good.
44
Not
followers,
bad.
48 likes.
Not bad. You're
No
not following
bio
anyone
yet.
though. Why don't you start following a few people?
I don't have the app.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Well, not a bad start.
There you go.
Speaking of TikTok, HR number one is a TikTok video. You want to share your screen with some audio?
I'm just looking at who my followers are.
Yeah, I'll just look through all those. They're all Boston the Brewer listeners, I feel.
Yeah, I think so. I'll see what happens. See what happens. Looking with Darren.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm sharing. Am I sharing sound?
Sharing sound.
Or do you want to see something funny? You can do this cool shit with you can actually oh, this is good. You can actually put us.
Ooh,
Oh, look at that.
what are you doing? How'd you do that? I want to do that. Oh, that's weird with the arm thing.
How did you? Oh yeah. What do you mean?
Well, I can see a weird looking Hendo with skinny arms and no
Yeah.
background.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
there you
And
are.
yeah,
Oh,
look at
that's
that.
cool as fuck.
Look at that. How cool is that?
That's very cool.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Are you? It's Zoom, just a new version of Zoom. Just does that
Share,
now.
but what do you press to get that effect?
There's like different options and stuff. So I can do like that. I can do.
But what are you clicking? I wonder if I can do this.
I can do that one as well.
This is when you're sharing a screen, right?
So I can do this as well. So here we are on the screen. So I can't get in trouble anymore because we're reacting.
Yeah, that's what we want. We want both of us reacting. Well,
Yeah.
mainly you, but
Yeah. I'll do.
I want to put myself right there. Can I do that? How do I put myself next to you?
Oh, I don't know. Let's have a look.
How are you doing? Instead of just doing it, tell me how you fucking doing it. You're just like you
Well,
just do this.
Zoom. It's just like when you go to share.
Yeah.
It's sort of like
Advanced sharing options.
yeah, something like that.
I don't know what's happening. You just do it. You just do it. Do it.
There we go. Look at me. There I am.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I don't know why you didn't tell me how to do that, but that's fine. We can move on.
Yeah. Okay. Am I doing this first one?
Yeah. All right.
All right, here we go.
First one is
Episode 3 of Cold Cases.
I can't see it. I can only see Pickled Monkey.
An unsolved mystery. Today we have
I can only see Pickled Monkey.
murder of Nicole Brown Simpson.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This is failing. I could just see the Pickled Monkey Facebook.
Did I share the wrong screen?
Yeah, then maybe. Yeah, here we go. Now we're good. Now we're good. Yeah, reaction.
Okay, here we go.
This is a reaction
All right,
video.
Episode 3 of Cold Cases, where I trick a case and try to figure out an unsolved mystery. Today we have PBR and the murder of Nicole Brown Simpson. Yep. It was OJ.
Wow.
That guy had some good content.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. This is Twitter. Is this Twitter? X.com is
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah. It's not some weird porn site.
Okay, not now.
Would make a killer app for Apple Vision Pro. Our quick pitch is a spatial F1 broadcast, an idea which actually earned a trophy from Lewis Hamilton himself. But most importantly, I think it's a great example of the mindset required for any of these emerging technologies. I spent my career blending
You haven't seen this?
user experience to create real and fictional technologies. And I'm also a giant F1 freak. I love that Formula One is this tech-centric competition. I believe it should be the benchmark for the way we combine sports and technology. The Apple Vision Pro allows for all kinds of new experiences, but so far, most of the things I've seen emphasize content in Windows, and I want to see something that goes beyond that. Sure, I want to put windows and data everywhere, but you can kind of already do this with the awesome multi-viewer app. But what if I really took advantage of both my physical viewing space and the geography of the event itself? There's something so appealing about an architectural model, but alive and in perfect sync with the reality unfolding thousands of miles away. So back in 2018, I actually submitted this concept to Formula One and was a finalist for the F1 Innovation Prize. It culminated in a weekend at the Austin Grand Prix that I will remember on my deathbed. Today, we've evolved this concept. Give me a God's eye view of the entire circuit right on my coffee table. I can glance back and forth between the broadcast and this miniature slice of reality. See
That's cool
every
as shit,
driver,
right?
Great idea.
position, compare racing lines, and most of all, understand the geography of the track, something that's almost impossible to convey on TV.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Subtle eye tracking to place a telekinetic emphasis on the data that I'm most interested in, or let me overlay various visualizations on this 3D track. Maybe you could even go full Tony Stark with it. Now, we've seen similar concepts, but they're working under huge limitations, like replays that have to blend multiple camera feeds before being shown, or a live Toy Story NFL game using only approximate position data. But Formula One has hyper-accurate telemetry and has for years, all the way to the position of the steering wheel, and a car is much easier to render realistically than a human. I may have been a little too early in 2018. I came in second place. I was actually really bummed to miss the grand prize of $50,000, but the joke's on them. I stole their napkins. But I think we're now in the right era for this idea. I truly believe F1 is perfectly poised to set a new standard and usher in an era of volumetric sports and beyond. In these new horizons, the old paradigms, they won't apply, and I love seeing a thoughtful blend of advanced disciplines. With the right strategies, you can create experiences that are grounded and natural, but also magical. And I just can't wait to see the next era of digital experience unfold.
Magical. Throws the old
That's
Steve
a
Jobs
great
magical word in
idea.
there.
That's
a
what a
pitch,
great
huh?
idea. Yeah, shit, yeah.
Very good video
Sounds,
too.
sounds expensive, but
Oh yeah. That Apple Vision Pro, some of the shit I'm seeing from that thing is pretty wild. Isn't it?
good. Expensive
man.
though. What, like five
Yeah.
grand or something?
Yeah.
I don't have $5,000.
No.
Hello. Frank
Oh no, we're gonna get banned again. No.
No,
Fucking
come
hell.
on, play the whole thing. Come on.
We'll
It's a
get
reaction
banned again
video.
on YouTube.
No, it's fine. Listen, this is a banger. You got to listen to it. Come on.
Hello. Frank Walker from National Time.
Keep going. Keep going.
Save up to 30% and more on our beautiful range of drugs.
That's solid,
Wow. Wow.
Hello.
You've been traveling around. I've been like scouring TikTok for this quality shit.
God. Oh, it's amazing. So fucked up.
All right, HR4. What do we
All
got?
right. Here we go. More TikTok.
76, I've been out of the team for 2.5 years. I was recalled against Pakistan. I went off alcohol for a month. I arrived here, I netted strongly the morning before the game. The day before, I went to lunch and Rod Maher said to me, "What are you doing this afternoon, Scull?" I said, "I'm going to my room and visualising getting wickets tomorrow." He said, "Well, you're coming to the West End Brewery to visualise drinking 8 hours of piss with us." So I did.
Oh, that's so. Is it what's his name? Is it Kerry
Kerry
O'Keefe?
O'Keefe.
Kerry
Skull.
O'Keefe, he's hilarious.
Amazing. I love how
He's-
hard he laughs at his own jokes. It's so
Oh my
good.
God. You gotta love it. That's so good. All right, here we go. Another Twitter.
It is used to make the brew beer in this refinery. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder why it's called. The beer brewed here, it is used to make the brew beer in this refinery. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder why.
Wow.
So what
Beer
beer was he
brewed here.
talking about there, Hendo? With the barrels in the background?
It's like it looks like barrels of Adam beer, mate. Definitely barrels of Adam beer.
You think you'd had a few Adam beers before making that speech, or?
Mate, if I'm speaking like that, I've had a few barrels of a few pints of fucking Adam beer, mate. All right, TikTok. Here we go.
A lot of TikTok this week.
This ring is so funny. If it isn't the sickest ring you've seen, though, I'll just blatantly tub girl myself and quit. Check it out. You better believe we've used VB glass as a centre stone. As glass is pretty much the same as quartz, we figured it would cut up nicely. So we broke some glass, grabbed the chunky bits, and after a stone cutter. Naturally, I thought it was going to come out looking so turd, but dude, get a load of this. People legit asked if it was a cognac tourmaline. Nah, dude, it's a tawley of the very best. We've cracked 2 little VB bottle caps on the side of the signet. You've got twist top on one side and for a hard-earned thirst on the other. So we soldered those in place. Looking moist. So now we'll burr out a little seat for the stone. It was pretty etched setting this just because it's glass and it'll break like glass. So you have to be pretty careful with it. Bright cut around the edge. Then we're going to texture the center of the shank. So you've just got a sick contrast between the polished edges, the stone, and that texture in the middle. Then I'm going to give this ring just the final tickle of the rim in the ultrasonic and get that up, yeah. If he's not proposing to that, you don't want to marry him. So you don't want to get it to the bloke that cranks the VB long neck at 20 to 8 in the bloody morning.
Oh, there's so much shit on TikTok.
Dude, I found a lot of quality. I've been saving these up for 2 weeks.
It's really good.
Last one.
Is he like a jeweler that just goes and
I mean, I don't even know if that's real, but it was impressive.
yeah, it's very impressive.
You're my spicy margarita face.
Oh, I've seen those.
Yeah, that's great. I like that.
Mix it up or give it to me straight. Turn me on, make me
So if you're listening and you don't have the video, that's basically a sleeve that goes over. Well, he had Jim Beam, which may he burn his hell for that. And it's a Coca-Cola rubber sleeve that goes over a Jim Beam, so it looks like you're drinking Coca-Cola, but you're actually drinking Jim Beam.
It's genius.
It is genius.
You get that kind of quality on TikTok. All right, let's get to these questions. I don't know what we're working with here. We haven't been in the group for a while, so the algorithm might have fucked us and there might be no questions at all. Let's go. Let's see what we got. All right. Facebook.com/groups/Boston the Brewer. We do this every week. If you got any questions, hit us up. Craig Maiden. Question. How's Dan going to cope missing maths? Well, if you recall, this podcast was rescheduled from a Wednesday to a Thursday for this reason, because maths, I don't think maths ever used to be on a Thursday, but it is now Sunday to Thursday. So technically I'm missing, in inverted commas, maths right now. However, if you get to the end of when maths, and I found this out last night, if you miss the 2 hours when maths is on, then you put on channel 9 on 9 now, and then you can just watch it again like you're watching it live. So I will wait up to 9:30 and then I will watch maths as if it's live for the next 2 hours.
All right, well, that's good.
Right,
so as long as no one spoils it, then you're fine.
Exactly. Please don't do that. Right. Darren Doc Robinson, question, what did Hendo get duty-free on return to Australia? Jack Daniel's product XYZ. Yeah, that's a good point. Was there any of that activity?
Yeah, so that's an excellent question. So I was considering getting some gin for the bar, but then there was and but it was when I got back to the airport in Brisbane, because it didn't seem not much point carrying duty free on long haul flight and all that sort of shit.
30 hours.
30 hours, yeah. And so they had a deal at the Brisbane airport, 2 1-litre bottles of Jack Daniel's, just straight up number 7, for 15% off if you bought 2. So it was $45 a bottle for a litre bottle.
Oh wow! Oh, you can't refuse that.
No, but here's the weird thing, right? So there was the individual bottles of litre bottles of JD, and then they had this cardboard thing with 2 bottles in it. And so I went, I'm going to get 2 bottles. I'll get the little cardboard carrier thing, take it over to the counter. And she goes, that's not 15% off.
Oh, come on.
I'm like, but it's the same 2 bottles of JD. She goes, no, I've got to do the separate one. So I had to go get 2 individual bottles of Jack Daniel's.
Did she give you the carrier as well?
No, she gave me a little red bag and wrapped it in little cardboard mesh shit.
Way to
And
ruin the experience.
yeah, but anyway, $45 for a litre bottle of JD is pretty fucking sick.
It's very good value.
So I got 2 bottles. That's what I got. So
Well, no surprises there. Paul
Yeah.
James question: now that Universal has pulled their contract with TikTok, will Hendo Reacts now have less copyright strike stress?
probably. Well, there'll be no Taylor Swift.
I mean, you were worried about it tonight, so we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be a good test. Question, Luke Cooper, doesn't it suck that Godfrey's went into VA? Come on, there's no VA talk on this podcast anymore.
No, we're not doing no.
We will not talk about that.
No. I was so stoked when you sent me the show notes this afternoon. I was like, oh, no VAs.
Oh, no,
So-
how good. Right, Rupert Hall posts a YouTube link to seems that this campaign has been very targeted at beer. I think it's the drink driving campaign. I've seen billboards for it.
Which one's that
Craft
one?
particularly, I haven't seen any versions that mention the other alcohol categories coming from Queensland government. It's a bit in the face of Queensland government's own craft beer strategy. Yeah, it's actually a good point. I've seen a lot of these ads where it's kind of like they have a
Lose your
picture of a
license.
beer. No, they
Yeah,
have a
it's lose
picture
your
of a beer.
license
It's a
lager.
fake. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. There you go. Yeah,
Lose
yeah.
your license. I've seen it. It's on Reddit. Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
I see them on Reddit.
Okay. You haven't seen it on TikTok?
No, I'm on Reddit, mate.
Yeah, that's a good point, isn't it? Very
Mm.
focused on craft beer.
Yes.
Well, I've got a solution for this.
Suppose, which is what?
Well, if you're going to drink drive craft beer, you just get one of the Coke rubber
Coke
things
bottle,
and put
Coke
it over
things,
the
yeah.
drink, and then you don't
Yep.
lose your license.
Traveller.
It's all good. Exactly.
Yep.
This is not financial or drinking advice.
Not drinking advice. Definitely not drinking and driving advice.
Oh, okay. Bo Curtis, over under. How many gold medals will be awarded to the 12? I assume that means in the Queensland Beer Awards.
Oh, good
Over
question.
under. That is a good. Let's do that. Let's do that right now. We'll do that because I need to fucking
yeah.
claw my way back into this thing.
Rightio. So what are we talking here?
You set the line and I'll call it because you're ahead on this thing. How many gold medals to members of the 12? You set the line and I'll say overall.
Yeah, rightio. I'm gonna say well, let's go 12.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So are you counting, so do the Queensland Beer Awards do keg and can?
Yes.
And a gold for each would be 2?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so a gold's a gold. And a brewery could get 5 golds. And that would count 5, not 1, right?
Yes.
12. Fuck. I'm so and the definition of being in the 12 is being a member of the Facebook group.
Yes.
I have to go over.
I wanted to go over.
I gotta claw my way back into this thing. It's embarrassing.
Can you stick that in the notebook?
I'm not sticking anything in anything. I'm winning. That's what's happening?
You can't add the points. The awards haven't happened yet.
Well, I'm
It's
not
not until
adding
the end of the
points
month.
yet, but I'm extremely confident. Let's just put it that way. Right, Luke Cooper, the Adam beer is beyond expectations. Nice. I haven't had one. I don't have any.
It is beyond expectations.
Do you normally get free beer when you do a collab? It's not really a collab, is it?
We had nothing to do with that beer.
I need to buy some, don't I? I need to buy it online and get it sent to me.
Probably.
Right. Or wait, when's your 60th?
In 10 years' time.
Oh wait. When's the birthday thing I said yes to?
That's my 50th.
Oh, your 50th, sorry. When's that?
Coming up in 2.5 weeks.
Okay, well. We wait till then to do an Adam beer review.
We can do an Adam beer review then.
All right, we'll do that. Luke Miller, question: can anything be done about the massive tax excise on Australian beer? A lot of chat lately has been about breweries not being able to pay ATO debt and punters unable to justify cost of beer in turn hurting the beer industry. Oh man, I'm sick of talking about excise. What do you think? You got any?
Oh, the tax excise system for alcohol is in desperate need of reform, because you pay a different amount of tax for wine versus spirits versus beer versus cider is treated as wine, but only if it's above 8%, and it's just dumb. It's just like it's one standard drink should be taxed as one standard drink. End of story.
Yeah, and you know what? It wouldn't solve any of the problems that all the breweries are complaining about right now.
No.
Sorry.
No,
it would
absolutely.
solve zero of those problems. So,
Yeah.
I mean, this excise thing has just become a media thing where, like, every time a PR person gets hold of a story that's going to get clickbait, they'll put on news.com and they'll mention the excise, and there'll be a whole bunch of breweries complaining about it. Every
Yeah.
brewery knows how much the excise is. They factor it into what they charge for the product.
Yes.
And it's been a thing for as long as I've known anything to do with beer, and it hasn't got measurably worse. It goes up like everything goes up, like inflation goes up and everything else.
But the rebate doesn't go up, so that gets eroded. But
right, but the rebate didn't exist before, and that's come in,
Yeah.
and that didn't solve any fucking problems.
no, of course not. No.
All right, Lee McAllister Smiley, will Dan ever visit any of my breweries? Oh, dude, don't do me like that. How many have you got now? Fuck me.
Well, how many does he have?
I don't know.
2. He's
Obviously,
got
there's
2.
multiple.
No, he's 2.
Will Dan? Okay, how about this? If he builds a brewery in Danthorpe, then I will visit.
I will visit.
Okay, we'll do a podcast from Danthorpe when he builds a brewery in Danthorpe. He's got a
Shit,
house
yeah.
there. He could easily do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, Lee. Challenge. Accept the
There's your answer.
challenge.
Oh, good. That's a good group of questions. 14
Yeah, there you go.
comments. Well, they're
Yeah.
looking pretty good for the new year, Hendo.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Too bad at all.
No
Too bad at
VAs,
all.
just fucking high quality
Just chilling.
content.
Yeah.
Unlike your
good to be-
TikTok channel.
It's good to be fuck off. It's good to be back. And I'm here for a while, so you don't need to organise any replacements. But we will get some guests, I think. So
Yep.
I think it's a good idea. We'll get some guests.
Yeah, I did try to make an effort to get a guest last week, but it was just it's not the
That's all right.
same. I think it needs to be something newsworthy. So if you've
Yeah,
got
exactly.
something newsworthy, we'll do it.
We might even get Mark Feathers on.
I asked him, did not
Did you?
answer my question.
I'll call him.
Call him. He said he was busy. Too busy.
I'm busy. You're busy. Everyone's busy.
I'm not
Come on a
that
show.
busy. All right, mate. I hope you get better soon. Get over the COVID, and I'll see you at your 60th.
Thanks. See you
Right.
next week.
See you, mate.